welcome back to the channel. So it's technically day 5 of me being in Texas, and I'm starting to get used to the heat a little bit. Only one little negative is that I've lost the wide angle lens attachment to my DJI Pocket 2, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah, we can just about fit us both in the frame. So we're actually at a place called San Bernard Wildlife Refuge. It's a little bit down the coast from, what was the last place called? Brazoria, from Brazoria. And it's 3:15 in the afternoon. We got quite a lot of sleep, so we're quite refreshed. And we've purposely come out at this time because it's the heat of the day it's just too much being out all day long. So we figure if we arrive here around this kind of time, that gives us a few hours, and obviously we're here for sunset. Now San Bernard, potentially we could even spot coyotes and bobcats. Welcome to San Bernard Wildlife Refuge, and hopefully we'll have a good day. So it's a few minutes from the last piece of camera, and we've taken a right to the Bobcat Woods Trail. Now, I'm not really expecting to see bobcats at this time of day, but it's a 1.5 mile trail and it looks a little bit sheltered. You've got vegetation sort of protecting us from the sun. So we're going to start off at the Bobcat Woods Trail and see how we go from there. So we've just approached the sign. It says, wild places have wonderful plants and animals, but they also have biting insects, poisonous plants and venomous animals. Wear protective clothing, use insect repellent, and do not approach wildlife, and you will have a safe hike. Protective clothing, shorts and t-shirt. Yep. Yeah, that's ideal, isn't it? Shorts and t-shirt, and yeah, we're good. We won't approach the wildlife though, so we got one thing covered. We're on the Bobcat Trail, and immediately we've only been walking for a few minutes, and the heat and humidity is off the charts. My palms are sweating, and yeah, it's a good job the G9 II has got weather sealing, because my hands are going to test that weather sealing out to the max. They're that sweaty. Haven't seen anything noteworthy as of yet, but we plan to kind of just keep the noise down and yeah, see what we can see. But it's bloody hot. So we've just come to a bit of a dead end with the trail. We could push our way through, but in shorts and t-shirt, I don't think that's a particularly good idea. So we're going to head back to the start and take the other direction. So far we've seen a bunch of dragonflies. There's huge amounts of dragonflies. Some fish splashing out of the water, and there's birds of prey constantly circling above us. But yeah, let's get in the shade and get a drink, I think. Luke has been doing a bit of Googling, and apparently the size of San Bernard is 65,000 acres. Just for a comparison, RSPB Lakenheath back in the UK, now I'm not using that as a particularly large reserve, but that's my local one, that was 740 acres. 740 acres. So yeah, my local reserve 740 acres, this reserve 65,000 acres. So yeah, that's a bit of a difference. Just to my front there's an area of water, obviously vegetation as well. As we got closer, me and Luke are just having conversation, and the sound of running in water just everywhere, and we can hear oinking. So there's wild boar, or feral pigs as they may be called out here. I'd say a good number of them just up ahead, and ironically we saw sort of fur just on this path here. I've decided to take a few steps back, because if they come charging at us down this narrow pathway, I can get up high on the fence that's just in front of me. Safety first and all that. But they've not shown themselves to us, have they?
No, but there's a whole bunch of them.
There's a whole bunch of them, yeah.
And they were starting to get closer as well.
Yeah, so I don't want to take any risks, especially, yeah, I don't know how sort of used to humans there are, but fun fact, They've done studies, and most animals in Africa, I know we're not in Africa obviously, but most animals in Africa found the sound of humans, even just quiet talking, was the most scariest sound. So they compared it to lions roaring, and more animals were scared of just normal human conversation than they were of lions roaring. So hopefully they're more scared of us, but this is a narrow pathway, and I don't really fancy taking my chances with some wild boars. So it's a short amount of time since the boar encounter, and me and Luca are getting absolutely destroyed by mosquitoes. Like, all of my leg feels like it's just been dipped into stinging nettles. So yeah, we're gonna retreat, go get some more bug spray on. Obviously we can't wear trousers in this heat, so bug spray is like our only friend, and that only does so much. But yeah, we're gonna retreat to the car, and we've probably done with the trail anyway, haven't we? I'm finding this a little bit funnier than I should. No pain, no gain, as they say. Luca's legs have had it way worse than mine, but even mine, like I said, they're stinging. So next thing we're going to do is 4:15, and actually it feels a little bit cooler now. We're going to probably head off on the auto trail. As much as I'd love to see a bobcat, we can't just go round hunting one thing. We need to, you know, I'm only here for a finite amount of time. So yeah, we need to make the most of seeing the sights and sounds while we can. But yeah, just beautiful weather. As much as it's hot, it's still beautiful, and that's a beautiful breeze. So we've just spent a bit of time at the Moccasin Pond Loop. Managed to get some quite good shots of what I believe to be a type of tern. The reason being because they're about the same size and they move just like a little tern in the UK. If you look just beyond me, we have one alligator, two alligator, and there's third over there. Hey, look at this guy just checking me out. But yeah, so far I've still got some nice shots, but it's not been as good as Brazoria. But the views are pretty spectacular. We've just found that the wildlife hasn't been as plentiful here. But the weather's a lot cooler. I'm not struggling at all right now. It's a nice breeze. And yeah, we'll check out the rest of the reserve. Had a really awesome experience with what I believe to be a white-tailed deer. It was a doe, and we pretty much drove right up to her. She moved up ahead. I slowly got out of the car, and she saw the sound of my shoes on the gravel kind of caught her attention, and she came forward to check me out. I was able to sort of sit down at the front of the car and get shots and video of her, which is really, really awesome. Then like mosquitoes just were really going for me, so I kind of went like this because they were going for my face, and then she started stamping with her front feet, which is like a warning sign, like go away. And then not long after that she disappeared back into the woods, and the male came out to follow her. So with wildlife photography, as much as you can get these awesome encounters, you can always want more. And the buck had a nice set of antlers. It had made a really nice shot, but you know, I kind of make do with the doe. But I can't complain. But as with all things in wildlife photography, you can always hope for better. You can never reach perfection, but it was really cool. So it's 7:10 of an evening. The sun is just setting, but it's actually gone behind a bank of clouds. So it's going to be really kind of low light scenario. The best I can hope for from the 100 to 400 is f4 at 100. Obviously if I had the 200 2.8, that's what I'd be using, but I don't have that lens. So yeah, I'm predicting we're back at the Bobcat trail. I'm not expecting to see bobcats because that's too much to ask, but wild boar potentially. So yeah, from here on in, we're gonna keep it quiet. The trail didn't yield any results. There were signs of the wild boar, and we have seen wild boars today. Just unfortunately couldn't get any shots of them. But this little platform here, just as I was about to walk up the platform, there was a snake. And Luca just kind of walked up the platform and the snake slithered off. I wasn't going to take any chances, so I climbed my way up here. So, but look at the beauty. Look at the background behind me. Look at this. Let it expose itself. Absolutely incredible sunset. And yeah, so today, what do you think, Luca, of today?
Yeah, it was a pretty good day.
Yeah, I mean, what have we got? We got all manner of birds, the white-tailed deer, the alligators. We've seen the wild hogs, or the wild boars. But yeah, it's just been really nice. Not as hard going as Brazoria. I think if we hadn't have seen the deer, I mean, you said like you were feeling a bit down about not seeing as much. It's, you know, very beautiful place. I mean, the snakes just kind of topped it off for me. I'm quite eager now I've seen that to head back to the car. But yeah, so yeah, from San Bernard Nature Refuge, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing so. Also, you know, what do you think of these videos out in Texas? It's been quite difficult because obviously the time difference between the UK, the fact that I'm not here for that long, everything seems to be wrong with me. Every day I'm either tired or boiling hot, or both. Dehydrated, headaches. I've got blisters all over my feet. My feet actually swelled. They swelled up after the plane. So yeah, it's just kind of, I know these are all stupid excuses, but it's been you know, an adjustment. Normally, you know, when you visit a new country, you don't just go straight out into it. And look at that, egrets just flying off into the distance. Look at that beauty. But yes, if you've enjoyed these videos, I really would appreciate if you leave your comments and what you think. I think today and all the other days the results will speak for themselves. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Until next time.